Alright, welcome ladies and gentlemen to Crucible Season 13, Week 5. We're currently at the last stages of team assembly here, as you can see, in the lobby between the No Promises ship crew and the EMP Storm. So lobby will roll out shortly, and we'll start the timers.
So yes, indeed. Welcome everyone, Crucible. It is time once again. Now, where is my timer? Set. Now we shall begin.
So first, as usual, we're starting with 1 minute of map vote. So currently we're sitting on Northern Fjords, however that is subject to change, as the teams can vote to try and decide what map they play on.
Okay, it looks like Red Team is opting for Fjords, reinforcing their stake on this land.
I mean, it's a solid map. I don't think anyone holds any special grudges against it.
I guess few people do have a grudge against the whole fact that the map's sort of biased in favor of blue because they get the arch at the beginning of the match sooner than Red Team. I'm one of those people. Though otherwise, it's quite a fun map. And well, that's time.
And so we move on to the 4-minute lobby timer, where the teams are going to have to work out what kind of ships they want to fly, and at least in the first match, I believe it can be a bit of an awkward process, because these are pilots that don't always fly with each other. In SES, you usually see teams that have flown a whole lot together. Meanwhile, in the Crucible, teams are kind of thrown together, and they might not always be very comfortable with each other's styles and so on.
Yes, well, sometimes the captains actually do communicate with each other and actually get to know what each person likes beforehand, then come up with other strategies. I do believe none of the teams on this event, or this particular Crucible, have decided to do that. Meaning either they're confident enough in their own skills, or, well, they just don't care about it.
I mean, most of the people I see here, they seem, you know, I've seen them around, and so they've probably seen each other around a fair bit, so they might have some insight into what the other people, how they like to play.
I have to agree. Most of these people are common in the SCS scene as well. In fact, a lot of people, most people at this event actually participate in the SCS as well. Sometimes.
Going down to 2 minutes here, we're not seeing a lot of changes actually. Artemis is hovering as fish. Best one has been changing around a bit.
I guess people are
Sunstream sitting on his Stormbreaker.
Was confident with. That was a reminder to everyone, don't be afraid to experiment. After all, this is the place where you can experiment. Get insights into strategies or something like that. If not, well then, at least to perfect your ship of choice then.
Now Red Team sitting on double fishes. That's quite interesting. Versus a Stormbreaker and a Crusader.
And change on blue team. A blender breaker now. And it's a lock. Double Fish versus Stormbreaker Crusader. Intriguing. That's my timer screaming. It's time to ready up. Now apparently I have to force the button to do the bidding. See,
There we are,
matches
first
have
match
to be
going
forced
on.
it.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see. But this match is going to be very interesting to see, I believe, because are the Fishers going to opt for like a 1v1 style where they try to split the team, or are they going to rush for the Crusader, which is a big risk for the blue team, I believe.
Easily opt for both. Alright, timer is up.
Yeah, so starting us off, we got the Home Resonance, piloted by Ultimates, a Lumberfish out of all things. So a Lumber on the front, with a Flak on the right side, and Carronade Banshee on the left side. Then you've got the Darkest Timeline, piloted by Bestvon, a Hawacha Fish, with a right side Carronade and left side Gatling Flak.
Meanwhile, ship number 3 is the Strom Sunder, piloted by Sunstrom. It is a Crusader with a right side Heavy Carronade, left side got Double Banshee. And ship number 4 is the Kielbasa, piloted by Empress Asuna. It is Crusader with the left side Lumberjack Artemades and right side Watcher Gatling Flag.
And minor correction there, the Stormsunder is actually a Stormbreaker, not a Crusader.
Oh god damn it! In my eyes, everything's a Crusader.
Now, Home Resonance is taking a real beating from the Stormsunder here, with some long-range support from the Kielbasa.
Strom Sunder is not going to let that Lumberfish remain around and do its job. Here's where the Darkest Timeline has to start helping its ally, which they do with the proper Watcher.
Yeah, Lumberfish, very odd choice, I believe. Because there's nothing you can really put on the front to try and follow up that Lumberjack. It's kind of working on its own.
Yeah, I actually have insight into that procedure. Lumberjack is a bit of a joke ship. Artemis, for some reason, is considering it's being actually a really good idea. Although at the moment, the Darkest Timeline is certainly not doing too good.
And they're really struggling versus the Stormsunder here. Not really getting the watches they want on the ship.
Yeah, once the Stormbreaker has control, there's very little you can do about it. Double Banshees melt the balloon, you can't go up, and the Stormbreaker just sits above you like that, and just simply doesn't care about it.
But it seems like the Home Resonance is going to move back. No, they're still on the Kielbasa, so Darkest Timeline is very much left on their own devices here.
Well, they have to do it fast, because their ally is certainly not going to survive long. They're already down to 10%. Home Resonance itself is not doing too good. Darkest Timeline is attempting to line up a Watcher. And there it goes. Actually, with Watcher.
Actually getting two engines and two guns here.
Yeah, well done.
Really good Watcher from the Darkest Timeline. However, I don't think it's going to be enough because of that balloon pressure that the Stormsunder's got.
Yeah, to be honest, it's just a delay. Only just delaying the inevitable at this point. The Stormsunder already has 90% of the perma and no Banshees.
It certainly hasn't been a quick death here dealt by the Stormsunder. It's been very slow. And no doubt very hard for the engineers with all those Banshees spamming into both balloon and hull.
Meanwhile, the Crusader Lumberfish bow is not progressing.
There seems like a bit of a slow burn over there.
I think actually both sides are just having it really slowly. Darkest Timeline is about to break once more. They don't. Storm Thunder again losing an engine and 2 guns.
Yeah, but since the Darkest Timeline doesn't really have any balloon pressure, they can always just use that vertical movement, since the Darkest Timeline is sitting on a very weak balloon at all times due to the Storm Thunder's balloon pressure.
Well, they do have a side carrying, often enough that's sufficient to at least get a bit of an advantage. Though, for some reason, they're not foregoing that, instead trying to use the watch at all times.
And I believe the Storm Thunder has been very much in control of where that Watcher lands. Now Home Resonance coming back home. Backwards.
Well, I guess they realized the futility of facing off against that Crusader. Not so easy to pop now, is it?
Yeah, now Storm Thunder looking very lonely versus the 2 fishes, but the Kielbasa is in range. They do have a very long range stand.
Seriously? A reverse round? Now they're in the killing sites of the Storm Thunder now. Yeah. Only just distracted them off the Darkest Timeline for the time being, and yeah.
Yeah, they don't really have the equipment either to deal with Storm Thunder. It's a very, very hard ship to deal with for these 2 fishes.
Not to mention the Home Resonance can't just push its advantage against the Crusader.
Now Darkest Timeline hiding from the Kielbasa, but Storm Thunder is right there. Another reverse ram.
It beats both of the ships.
Oh! They actually got a break.
Yeah, but sadly, even if you do enough damage to break the armor in 1 ram, you're not going to deal damage to the armor. Said ram, you have to bump them twice in order to get some permanent damage. And I do believe that the Darkest Timeline is about to have the Darkest Timeline.
Yeah, there we go. Very late flags, but they worked nonetheless. I think the Darkest Timeline had kind of given up hope at that point.
Well, there's always the chance to run away. They do have the fastest ships currently on the field. Granted, however, they lost 2 engines. I can understand that they want to escape.
I see the blue team moving in to try and cover the red team spawns here.
I still find the double fish combo odd. The Home Resonance clearly is not having a good time with the Kielbasa. If they would actually knock out that Crusader quickly before the Storm Thunder can mop up the Darkest Timeline, they would actually have a better chance, but...
I think if they had anything other than a lumberfish, the double team potential would have been a lot higher.
You can now kind of see actually why it's a joke. Then again, jokes sometimes work out. It's sometimes...
Now the Kielbasa up against the cliffs, Darkest Timeline coming in here.
Oh, indeed, a Watcher reducing their perma to 40%. A rough poop. And now the Storm Thunder attempting to pop the Darkest Timeline. Which is...
The Kielbasa looking more like a victim here. They're not really able to provide a whole lot of support here. They've been taken out of the game for a moment.
Granted, they're now getting a bit pressured by that Stormbreaker over there. And Home Resonance is once again coming with ram. See, the thing about Stormbreakers, you can't unwrap them easily. Darkest Timeline eating more Banshees, and goodbye. Lots of Banshees. Meanwhile, the Home Resonance, they might try to flee. They do have the chance if they're not gonna get watched. The devil.
Yeah, so 2 engines out on the Home Resonance.
They're screwed. 2 engines down, flags coming out, Banshees as well, fires on the balloon. I don't see them escaping that one.
Yeah, I think it's occurred to the red team that their concept might not work as well as it did in their heads while planning this out.
Yeah, I would say that they managed to successfully outpush the Kelbas and take out a bit of perma, but that was mostly because it rammed into the mountain. Exactly a good strategy if you're going to be relying on your enemy porking up. And, well, to be honest, that was only just a minor hiccup. Blue team is still quite confidently in the lead.
Yeah, we might be looking at our first 05 here.
Maybe. And again, Red might be able to pull something.
Now red team spawning in the corner here, they're already spotted. Blue team is moving in, Kielbasa a bit slower, Strömsund taking the point. They need to be careful here that both fishes don't just rush the Kielbasa.
It looks like the Darkest Timeline is currently not going to try to rush the Opus, instead try to distract the Storm Sender.
And so I just don't see how the Home Resonance is going to win against the Kielbasa, because they just have more guns to bring to the equation.
Crusaders are a bit hard to bomb. Well, good gunner might be able to actually do that, but yeah, kind of difficult to be sniping from a moving platform. Oh, and now the Kelbas has switched to the Darkest Timeline.
Yeah, and we see the Home Resonance going after the Strömsunder here, but I don't know if the Darkest Timeline is going to survive the pressure here.
Oof. Darkest Timeline losing 80% of perma. They're not doing good, and the watch is boot. Flags go out.
And more flags coming out. Oh, and down they go.
That's an 05. In favor of the MP Storm.
Yeah, so that's the first 5 or 6 points rather going to the EMP Storm.
The victors of this match will be departing, and Group 2 will be coming in. Or, ironically enough, Team 3. I would say that was a well-made meme, though. I enjoyed it. I now love how the chat of the stream is now filled with discussion of lumberfish.
A very, very odd ship, and I think it's very hard to make it work just because you don't have any support gun, which the Lumberjack usually really likes. Like if you look at the Lumber Spire, where you can have up to 3 other guns supporting it. So definitely an odd choice, but entertaining nonetheless.
Yeah, I guess. It's also kind of the reason why you don't really see, for instance, lumberjack strikes. And see too many of those long-range mobile ships, because you're just gonna get outgunned.
Right, so as mentioned, now upcoming we have Group 2, or the third team known as Group 2, versus the No Promises ship crew, which we saw in the last match. On Water Hazard, if the teams allow it.
Yeah, for God's sake. I knew I forgot something. Not that button. Yeah, much better. Change in scenery. I do hope Group 2 will muster the remaining crew members soon.
Alright, so the map vote timer has started. It's halfway through, but we haven't seen any votes yet, so we might well
Perhaps
be playing
people
on
did not
Water Hazard.
notice due to the fact that chats are now full of banter.
It's a very busy chat.
Yeah, can't say I appreciate it. Yes, nobody's noticed. Or nobody cares.
Alright, so lobby timer is a go. 4 minutes. We had some people very eager to get started with the changing.
I can't honestly blame them for that. It's certainly nice to see people worried about announcing changes. Especially even before it's a must. So currently, it looks like Promises ship crew is rolling with their double fish routine again. They're really confident in their fish capabilities, despite the last match. Oh, mind. Now there's actually a magnate on the field.
And we'll see if Ultimates is decided to try and make this lumberfish thing work or not.
Well, I do believe either Artemis is going to stop with the lumberfish after the second 5-0, or he won't stop. Something tells me it's going to be the latter.
As a wise man once said, can't stop, won't stop.
Basically. Well, sometimes the best answer is the headstrong one. Sometimes it's lumberfish. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, we still haven't seen a change.
Well, the change was from best one, turning his goldfish into a magnate. Still, I would say the matchup against them is certainly not good. Carrot Crusader, that certainly eats magnates for breakfast. And goldfish in the right circumstances as well.
I mean, if anything, right, on Water Acid, they do have the space to try and make this lumberjack work. It is a very spacious map.
On one hand, yeah. On the other, they already had fjords, which is decently open. It wasn't like, let's say, canyons or Duel at Dawn. Maps that are actually close range and close quarters. And it still didn't really work out for them. Granted, they're now running a magnate with the more emphasis on long-range weapons, so who knows? Perhaps their adaptation might actually work out in the end.
What I'm worried about if they try that is still that what they've got then is a magnate plus another lumberjack. That's all the fish is going to bring to the table in the long-range engagement.
Yeah, kinda. That was literally a millisecond before I...
Yeah, so it would be fair if the red team wants to ask for a minute.
That has to be crazy pinpoint timing right there. Well, perhaps Artemis is running his own timer and just somehow predicting human reactions.
But red team seems to want to get going anyways.
Well, let's just commence forth. And if everyone was already up, I would appreciate it, but apparently not. Just one of those days. Match 2 of 6 has been started.
So did we see what he changed into? Was there a change to the lumberjack? Into another heavy gun?
It's still a lumberfish. I think he just added a kill side to it. Now going for a Gatling mortar on.
Oh, okay, okay. Hmm.
So, not exactly a big change. Then again, might make all the difference.
Right, so starting off, quite possibly Bees, a Crusader piloted by Portable Grump. It is a Crusader with left side Watcher, Gatling and Flak, and a right side Carronade, Flak and Gatling. Then you got the Strelitzia, piloted by 9 Iota. It's a Carrot, so you got a Carronade and Artemis up front, along with a Banshee and a Gatling on the back.
Odd choice to have a Gatling on the back, but certainly interesting. Ship number 3 is the home resonance, piloted by Artemis. It's a lumberfish, again, with the right side Flak, left side. I can't say Gatling mortar. And ship number 4 is the magnetic resonance, piloted by Vestborn. It is Magnate with a left side Minotaur, Flak, and Pew Pew Laser, and on the right side, a Gatling, an Artemis, and a Watcher. Long-range struggle has already begun. Strelitzia is taking cover. Red team is already closing distance quite rapidly and is boxing blue team into the edge of the map.
Yeah, red team has done a really good job of getting into brawling distance without taking too much damage.
And here comes
actually taking no damage.
Breeze on the magnetic resonance. Watches out.
Yeah, they got a really good Watcher.
Double break. Flax out.
Oh, it's looking really bad for them.
Here comes the ram. Here comes the ram. Too late. First kill for red. The outcome I predicted. A blitz on the Magnate. And the home response lost an engine, almost lost its armor.
And we saw the quite possibly Bees that are making a really great entry. They got the Watcher in getting an engine and some guns. Then they turned, they got the Carronade on there and they popped them, so they more or less double broke them on impact. It was amazing. Now the home resonance not looking too great here.
Yeah, 2 engines out, balloon is out, 3 guns out, no chance they're escaping. I see. Goodbye to the home resonance once again. Yeah, the issue, their lumberjack can't do much in case the enemy just rushes them down. Yeah,
and the big issue there was they didn't even get any long-range fire laser on the Strelitzia while they were making an entrance.
Quite possibly Bees actually did an amazing ambush. They weren't spotted for like... All focus was on Strelitzia, which is taking cover, and then all of a sudden, quite possibly B shows up, pummels the Magnate submission.
Yeah, it's the legendary full frontal flank.
Blue team has already respawned, and I do believe both sides already see each other.
Yeah, we see spots coming out here.
Interested. Will blue team appropriately use the broom granted for them?
Now we see the lumberjack starting to make some impact here. 1 hit on the Strelitzia. Red team takes cover.
Certainly some impact, but yeah. Red team's in cover at the moment. Not gonna be good for long-range fire if you can't really hit your targets. They're not. Red team is actually backing up, losing ground. Or possibly B's moving out and getting a bit of laser for their troubles. Both red ships have moonshine, so they can seriously close the distance. There we go.
There we see some of the long-range fire coming in.
Quite
they get the balloon.
B's now actually popped, but they're still quite close.
Yeah, but they need to be careful now. There's a mortar on that fish.
Litzy is now charging the magnetic resonance, but quite possibly Peace gets sandwiched. It gets sandwiched.
Beautiful ram by the home resonance.
Yeah, but now they have to contend with an angry carrot who just lost its partner B.
We'll see. I mean, the big thing here is whether or not they can get the pop without getting popped themselves.
Currently at close range. Oh, the Strelitzia is making a bail. Yeah, after all, this is blue spawn, and they are in a bit of a disadvantage by staying around. So they
managed to get the pop.
Desperate retreat. Magnetic resonance nearby, but they still have to go a bit up before they can do anything to the Strelitzia.
And this can be a big difference here, because if they can manage to keep Strelitzia under the popping pressure, quite possibly Beast can engage, yes, but they'll be without their friend.
They can certainly blitz the magnetic resonance in a couple seconds, but home resonance might be able to pop up thereafter. The kill side really is at least working out for them somewhat.
Oh, how watch on the home resonance? They don't really get anything critical. Now since they're moving on to the magnet once again.
Stop. They failed once.
Yeah, and they have Strelitzia with them
on the magnet, which is already popped. Oh, but quite possibly. Now the magnet resonance lost 4 of its guns, and it's getting double focused. And the magnetic resonance nowhere to run, and
there we go. All right, so they take down the magnet once again. I mean, they don't really have a defense against what the red team is bringing. The home resonance struggling to make an impact in the fight.
Double Gats doing their magic. Break on the home resonance. Lights going out now. 2 engines out on the home resonance. Yeah, they're not gonna make it.
They're trying to use that balloon. See some hydro going out, but they get popped.
Last kill for Red. Yep, Red is gonna win once home resonance goes. Which they do. 5-1.
Yeah, red team taking home the victory, 5-1. However, that one kill for the blue team was a very stylish one.
Well, yeah, but was it worth it? I don't think so.
I mean, that's the real question, isn't it? They are struggling to make this lumberfish work, but something tells me they're not just gonna give up.
Basically.
Alright, coming up, EMP Storm versus Group 2.
Both teams have demolished the No Promises shift room. It's gonna be a true battle for the first place right now. Then again, both sides still have the chance to tie it off. The next recommended map is Lash on Blackcliff.
Yeah, like you said, this upcoming match is going to be very interesting, considering it's going to kind of set the pace for the race between the two in the lead right now. Both have 6 points.
Well, might just be that No Promises ship crew just somehow winds up in a complete reversal of roles and somehow managed to demolish the enemy, but kinda doubt it. I doubt it twice as much if they're gonna stick with that lumberfish.
And now we see the EMP storm here trickling in.
Well, since I don't really want everyone to wait, and the pilots are here, the ones that make primary decisions.
And so the first minute
that decide.
it started.
Yes. It is up to all the pilots to decide what map they're going to be playing on. Apologies to the crews, but your opinions do not matter in this situation. Canyons roads, the inevitable canyons. Though I have to say, I was surprised last time when there was actually, well, last time, there was no canyons. Okay, we have a coin flip time. The yeah, posted rigged before it was even tossed. Well, good news for him, it's canyons.
I mean, it can probably be argued that the coin is rigged in the favor of Canyon. It needs to be
I'm not
one.
smart enough to program the bot. But then again, that's what I would be saying if I wanted you to think that, right? But then again, why would we be saying it right now? Plot thickens.
I mean, those kind of mind games can go back and forth into infinity, so...
Basically. That currently, however, does not matter. What does indeed matter is the fact that the timer has now started.
Now we'll see if the blue team can come up with a solution to the Stormbreaker that Sunstream brought last match, if he's going to keep that. We have figured out that Lumberfish is not the answer.
Looks like they're bringing out a Mid-Midian with a harpoon on the side, as well as a Meta-Crusader.
I mean, that's certainly going to restrict how the Stormbreaker can move around the Pyramidian, so I think it's a good choice to have that harpoon down the side.
That the Meta-Midian choice more or less after the Crusader there. But I think actually the strategy is going to try to double focus the Crusader. Then again, Stormbreaker can actually do some big damage, especially the Gatling Double Banshee variants. Granted, however, the current variant is a Gat Arch Flak. Watch him.
Okay, so a bit more mid-range and a bit more of a slow approach to it. However, a faster kill rate, I believe, both against the Crusader and the Pyramidian.
Yeah, they are sacrificing balloon control for a bit more DPS. Granted, however, neither of the blue ships are easy to pop. You can hit a Pyramidian's balloon quite decently with the Banshee, but particularly easy. at times. And while the Crusader, well, that thing's a lot harder.
It definitely makes it more awkward. However, the beautiful thing about Banshees is that it doesn't really matter where they go, does it?
Beautiful thing about Banshees. Once, the more you have firing, the better they are. But then again, you can say that about every gun in the game. But the Banshee is such a jack-of-all-trades gun.
I mean, I think the Banshee is most like the Zergling, right? You need to have a lot of them to make it work.
Yeah, I'd actually call that a good comparison. But they are quite good at everything. They deal good damage against armor and set a lot of fires. Good perma damage, good balloon control, and if need be, you can set some fires on enemy guns. Time almost up. And it seems like in crew, apparently.
Yeah, and we have an announcement of non-change.
I understand the courtesy, but, what?
That was a late change and it has been rescinded.
Yes, they are back to the pyramid. I understand the wish to be courteous, but you don't have to announce not changing. That's self-explanatory, to be honest. Well.
Alright, so we have a pause call out from the red team. They're waiting a lost member of their crew. And so, as is standard, the pause is 2 minutes. However, I have a feeling that that pause will be over the moment Frost arrives. One minute left on the pause. After that, the match will start unless the blue team donates their pause.
Apparently, they're missing crew members. Sailors room? Why would it take so long to be in that room?
There we go. It seems like the red team is complete.
Just for the future, try not to do that again. you're gonna be in the event, be in the event. And if not, try to say something. Because for all I know, someone might have just decided to abandon the event without telling me, and well... Match number 3 that I have to force start.
Alright, Canyon Ambush. A bit of a fan favorite, and usually inevitable in the Crucible. However, last time, 2 weeks ago, was the first time in a whole lot of times that we haven't seen it.
Yeah,
it's making a very welcome return.
Time. So yes, the welcome dusty place. We don't talk about tunes though.
Alright, and so to start us off, we've got the Storm Sunder, piloted by Sunstream. It's got a left side Gatling, Artemis and Flak like we discussed, along with the Hwacha on the heavy side. Then you've got the Kielbasa, piloted by Empress Asuna, with a left side Minotaur, Hades and Artemis side, so a bit of a long mid-range weapon side, along with Hwacha, Gatling and Flak on the right side.
Meanwhile, ship number 3, quite possibly, he's piloted by Portal Grub. It is Crusader with a left side. I can't tell. Oh, that's a grenade.
Oh! Stormsunder not really up to the pressure of the blue team's combined fire.
Let's continue on with the action, then we'll do the call-outs, the rest of them. Apparently, Sunstrom died. That's all I know.
Yeah, we've got a good angle of it. Kielbasa now taking the combined fire.
Dead, back to the scheduled programming. Ship number 3, the quite possibly beast from. It is a Crusader with a, it's a regular Raw Crusader with the front carronade Hwacha, mid-deck double Flak, top deck double Cats, and ship number 4 is Strelitzia plus. On Iota, it is a standard better medium with the Cat Water up front, a side, I can't see, Harpoon, and a Flak. I'll have to rewatch that stream because that was fast. Then again, they have a Metamidian and a Brawl Crusader.
Yeah, so their combined fire is very much dangerous if any of the red teams get broken.
And I just rewatched.
It's not going to be good.
The thing about the Crusaders, they have to move around a lot. At the moment, Stormsunder was sitting still. So yeah, the armor gets broken and tries to move.
So the Watcher going out, they don't get anything critical at all. Now they're a bit exposed to the fire of the Kielbasa. They're going to be able to move into hard cover.
Diverting. They want to eat that Crusader for breakfast. Or dinner. Depends on the time.
The Stormsunder is trying to get a good Hwacha on the Crusader.
Meanwhile, Kielbasa is getting chewed. No armor break yet, though. But look at them.
Yeah, the Stormsunder at the moment struggling with keeping out of the arcs of the quite possibly bees.
Meanwhile, Strelitzia dead.
Ooh.
That was an attempt to ram, but they lost after permanently attempt. Stormsunder.
Yeah, from the look of things, Kielbasa got a really good Hwacha in on the Pyramidian as well.
Yeah, they got to watch disable their guns, delayed their death. And they didn't come out on scared.
Stormsunder though. Oh!
They get eaten up. Now it is a
the quite possibly bees doing a really good job with keeping the Stormbreaker in their arcs.
On the one hand, this is red spawn. On the other hand, blue lost their ship first. Portable Grump apparently making the decision to retreat. Okay. Well, it's a maybe a good decision in my opinion. As their allies approaching fast and Stormsunder is now respawned, so all ships are now back into the fray, with the blue team still being in the lead by 2 kills. Strelitzia, attempt number 2 on the Kielbasa.
And they're moving in with the Stormsunder having a good angle on them.
And they ram. No, not a lot of damage, but follow Hwacha did a lot. 4 guns down from the engine, and Strelitzia is almost dead.
Oh, the Stormset are just getting bullied out of this game, and Strelitzia not doing well against the Crusader at all.
It broke again. No flags.
Oh!
No, the flags go up, but they miss.
Very awkward bomb for the Kielbasa.
Yeah, the bomb ruined the flags. Granted, the Strelitzia is still not doing good with the pixel perma. Hydrogens go out.
Yeah, but they've gotten some time to rebuild their armor here.
The Kielbasa almost burns
but the
its
Gatling
balloon to the ground. And it's about to break. The Strelitzia is about to break. They have no engines.
The Watcher comes in. Ah, they just managed to get him. But then the flags come out and the Kielbasa. Yeah.
And goodbye. Crazy match.
Very fast match. Strömsund not having any freedom at all there. With the Crusader just bullying them out of every single matchup there.
Despite the crazy ordering of the match, it actually wound up with a 5-2 in favor of Group 2. I'd say that was quite disorganized, yet the end result is something that is somewhat familiar.
Yeah, but this puts Blue Team in a very good position here.
Yes, indeed. Group 2 and a strong advantage of only having died thrice of 2 matches. And they have already won 2 matches. Yeah, quite a significant lead.
Now moving on to a rematch between the EMP Storm and the No Promise ship crew. And last we saw them, EMP got them in a 5-0. Yeah, the Lumberfish. So we'll see
That's what
if
that team will be remembered from there on out. Lumberfish.
Yeah, we'll see if they keep to it or if they're gonna switch it up here a little bit now.
Currently, it looks like they're rolling with the Lumberfish again. The map is going to be Oblivion South. A Snake-like map, which some people might confuse with Derelict Deception due to both of them sharing the same background. Actually, both maps are on the same map. Still confuse a lot of people, the whole backgrounds being identical.
Right, now we see Ultimate springing a goldfish with the title Blenderfish in all caps, and now it's the home resonance again.
Yeah, they're actually surrendering the wish for Lumberfish.
But I think at this point, it might bring a bit more excitement into the match.
Well, and the minimum, I do however believe, unless they manage to get some seriously good results, they're not gonna win this event. I think actually they can't win. Unless
The
they
map
pull
votes
off,
are
like,
out. We see one vote for Oblivion and one for Derelict.
5-0s. Derelict. Discussions currently in the match chat about the previous match, specifically the ending, where the final engagement would have gone a lot differently had the Pyramidion died faster, and the flags didn't miss, and the ship had. Well, as we always say,
Yeah, that
Terrain is
Pyramidion
the
definitely
MVP
had a
of this
Guardian
game.
Angel.
Terrain MVP.
Alright, and Derelict has won the...
Wait, nope.
No?
Apparently, Blue Team voted for Oblivion.
Yes, this is correct. We've got ourselves a coin flip. I assumed that you had already done the coin flip.
And that's why you stop spamming the chat. I miss important information. And that's the result. Me being my sleepy nature, I've already messed up a couple of times this event. The bias has succeeded in telling derelict wins. I guess I called it?
Yeah, that's a bit suspicious, isn't it?
Once again, I don't know how to program the bots. It's your choice if you want to believe me or not.
Alright, and there we go. The lobby timer is up.
Oi! Stop that! That did not happen! Ah, for God's sake.
Yeah, for those wondering, it's been heavily implied that Zennoch accepts money in exchange for giving people the map they want.
No, I thought Team 3's team channel already explicitly stated that. Ugh, God. Oh yes, it is official. Blue team is no longer doing the lumberfish. They're opting for a regular blenderfish instead.
Right, so blue team going for short range lumberfish, along with a Pyramidion.
Wait, what? Oh. Well, basically... well, basically it's the same concept, yes. It's, well... To be honest, Carronade and Lumberjack are just interchangeable. You could call it Carronade a short-range Lumberjack and Lumberjack long-range Carronade. Which one you want? Doesn't matter. That team apparently being confident in their victory and are putting up already.
Yeah, Sundstrom sitting on his Victor Magnusson, the Bagnade, and Asuna sitting on the Kilbasa, which has been his ship of choice this entire Crucible so far.
Meanwhile, we have the third appearance of the Home Resonance. Different form, though. We have a change on the Pyramidion, which is now opted for Metamidion with the double-side flamer. Flamer. Flamer is not an uncommon thing. Double flamer is. Usually people opt for something a bit more useful on the side. Flares maybe. And again, Derelict doesn't have that many clouds, so carry on.
It's going to be interesting to see whether or not they're going to bring down a second crew member there to go for the double flamer approach on someone.
No longer double flamer. They've opted back for a Flare and Artemis combo.
With the last seconds here now counting down, we're ready to get started with match number 3? 4?
Number 4 already. I'd say all of these matches have been progressing quite rapidly.
Yeah, we're usually not on match 4 at this time.
I guess sometimes. Match 4 of 6, 4 started. Have you no shame, everyone? You have let me down 4 times in a row.
Alright, so Deadly Deception. A very long map. But still very small.
Long, but small. Definitely not dunes.
Alright, I'm gonna start us off immediately with a Victor Magnuson, a Magnate, piloted by Sundstrom. Left side, Hades, Artemis, and Lumberjack, with a right side, Carronade, Flamer, and Banshee. And then we've got the Kielbasa, piloted by Empress Asuna. Left side, Minotaur, Artemis, and another Artemis, along with the right side, Hwacha, Gatling, and Flak.
Meanwhile, we have ship number 3, the home resonance piloted by Artemis. It's no longer a lumberfish that runs heavy carronade side Flamer and the left side Gatling Flak Hill combo. And ship number 4 is the Supercharged Firefly piloted by the best one. It's your standard old Metamedian with the front Gatling Mortar and the side Flare and Artemis.
Right, so blue team opting for going inside while the red team advances outside.
You stole the words right out of my mouth. Granted, the red team is getting a bit suspicious already.
Yeah, but with the Kielbasa
again,
moving backwards and Victor Magnuson keeping up there, they're prime target for a flank.
At the moment, and reminder, one of the blue ships is Metamedian. A double focus is a very real possibility, and that double focus might wind up in 30 seconds of doom. Which in fact might just happen about now.
Yeah, they got a good watch in on the Supercharged Firefly, buying them some time. However, the home resonance is keeping up their attack. The Supercharged Firefly not looking good right now.
Aggressively ramming the Kielbasa to get a bit of rubber damage. Scratch that. They got some perma damage. Just in massive amounts. France, the Supercharged Firefly got massive amounts of perma damage as well. Feeling too good.
From something that looked so gentle, there was a whole lot of damage coming out of it.
Yeah, I definitely didn't believe it when I saw that much damage. Did not expect terrible, terrible damage. In the meantime, Victor Magnuson caught between the terrain and an angry goldfish. The Supercharged Firefly popped once again. Yeah, brutality.
Yeah, so Supercharged Firefly definitely taking some damage there, but the blue team has taken a lead with a 2-0 in their favor right now.
A reminder, correct.
Red team has spawned in.
No art links, but there was a carrot. Third match. Or was it second? No, it was second match. On the second match, we had a carrot. And yes, I am surprised at the lack of art link in particular. I myself enjoy good carrots sometimes.
I think we have seen the Artling more and more phased out of the meta.
I'm gonna be blunt, I actually enjoy firing an Artemis on one of an Artling, but... well... it's safe to say I'm just not sorry to see the Artling go. Double focus once again.
Oh, the Kielbasa now stuck.
Oh! Death convinces the Kielbasa once again going down. Yeah.
The long range of the Victor Magnuson just not enough to get those two off their ally.
Yeah, not much you can do when your ally is about as tough as a sheet of paper, and there's 2 enemies on your ally. And now the Victor Magnuson's stuck alone in these 2 vile, nasty ships. One of them going underneath Victor Magnuson. They still have a chance to mop up the Firefly if they're quick about it.
But here comes the home resonance. They got the balloon. They're going for the ram.
The kill bus has decided to respawn here. A risky spawn at that. They might be able to.
That's a very risky spawn looking at the state of Victor Magnuson.
Yeah, they're about to get mortared in a moment.
Oh, but the Firefly goes down.
Yeah, the risk actually did pay off for them. And the Magnuson's still a bit stuck against the home resonance, which attempts to poop ram. Magnuson double.
Yeah, but with the appearance of the Kielbasa, home resonance is going to have a very hard time ramming.
Broken as well.
Oh!
No, but successful kill on the part of home resonance, and they lose about a big chunk of karma. Terrain scores yet another brutal victim.
Impressive maneuvers by the home resonance as they managed to bring the Victor Magnuson with them. Question is, are they going to be able to get out of the grip of Kielbasa here right now?
Victor Magnuson can't just appear out of nowhere, and the home resonance is lacking. Oh no, never mind. They rebuilt an engine.
Kielbasa opting to go up, a weird choice considering the home resonance's state right now. They are being allowed to recover.
Yeah, they're basically
to a certain
letting them
extent.
go. Which should be happening. Especially with the Super
Yeah, that's a
Jet
risk,
Firefly now
leaving that ship
attempting to come
alive.
in, but they ran off. To be honest, I wouldn't approach an angry magnate pointing a lumberjack Hades flat combo. They are waiting for the reinforcements of the fish, which is still attempt to bring itself back up to speed.
Yeah, but Red Team needs to be careful now. They can't allow the Kielbasa to get eaten again, because if they do so, they lose.
Yeah. Looks like Red Team, Blue Team actually, is just splitting up, trying to wait for Red Team to pick their targets and then approach. Now looks like Blue Team is linking up again, and well, that was a boom. Presence. Just saw a chunk of armor go away. Well, yeah, if the Kielbasa gets ambushed again, it's gonna be rip, and it's a match 1 for Promise's ship crew.
And we see the blue team really taking the time here. They have the timer on their side. They do have quite a lot of time to try and set up an optimal engagement here. They need to be careful considering the home resonance's perma.
They are beginning. They are indeed in the fray already. Home resonance coming in.
Oh, and the Kielbasa, is the fire from the Victor Magnuson enough to keep them off the Crusader?
Supercharged Firefly actually not doing good. They're almost double broken. Oh my!
Oh!
The Magnusons
Very awkward.
supporting in their allies almost complete destruction. They're certainly not helping. Oh. The Kielbasa gets ruined once again by the double focus. The Magnuson just not enough to help their ally out. A victory for the No Promise ship crew. Apparently the lumberfish was just holding them back. And they are now unleashing their inner demons.
Big shocker. Lumberfish not that good.
Yeah. You now see why it's a meme ship, or considered a message.
Right, coming up, we've got the No Promises ship crew, which have now evolved into not being a lumberfish no more.
They have
versus the group 2. So it's a bit of a rematch, and we'll see how they do now that they've scrapped that old idea.
In the meantime, the map will be Kinforth. Some people like it, some people have FPS issues with it. I'm neither of those two. We will commence with the map votes. Because the important people of Blue Team are here and they can make the decisions whilst the rest of Blue Team incorporates. So yes, it is currently no promise ship crew on the Red Team and Group 2 on Blue.
And Group 2 looking very solid overall for winning this event. I mean, looking at their score, they're leagues away from the other teams right now.
Yes, they do have a sizable advantage. Granted, they might lose this match to no promises ship crew. After all, they've now done some upgrading. Vote goes out for Paraton. Our red team's not gonna, well, do something about it. Paraton it is. That was A bit too late. B, you're not a pilot, where am I? She's a pilot saying that, but, well... Certainly do like a good old Paraton, though.
And it's a very exciting map. Good place for rams, and we've seen some really good rams.
We've also seen the terrain at its full level. The terrain which can instantly gulp up any ship that has decided to tread in the wrong place at the wrong time. Red team still opting for the approach of Blenderfish Metamidian, and blue team's opting for a Meta Crusader Blenderfish combo.
I
On
mean, we saw it
paper-
work very well for the red team in the last round, and this map is really suited for those kind of ships.
On paper, red team has the advantage. Metamidian beats a Crusader. Then again, might just see the Crusader throw a violent fit and somehow wind up winning.
I mean, I think in this round, sure, the Crusader's a prime target for both the red ships, and I don't think it's going to stand under the pressure. However, the Goldfish is a prime ship when it comes to peeling for your ally and get ships off them.
So both sides are certainly running the Goldfish. It's down to, well, A, which side can do the fish a bit better, and B, to their allies, how well can they utilize the advantage granted by their fish.
Yeah, because I think they're going to have completely different objectives here. The red team is going to try and get that Crusader, get the flank, and try and kill them before the other fish can react. Meanwhile, the blue team has a bit more of a defensive agenda, whether they want it or not, I believe.
Yeah, I do believe red team is the more aggressive one here. They have that Metamidian. They're going for those quick kills or bust.
But I mean, as we've seen, a Crusader has a whole lot of guns, a whole lot of firepower, and they can really mess up a Pyramidion if they get the upper hand.
Yeah, the fish, however, will usually try to make sure the Crusader does not have the upper hand. Then again, it can be difficult with another fish on you. Best one opting now for a double flamer. I'm guessing they really want to take goldfish. Oh, look at that! Look at that! I don't have to force start this match, even though it was still
in match
quite
5.
slow. Match 5 is when
Going
the
into
streak is
Python Rumble.
broken. Still, it was quite slow.
So starting us off immediately, we've got the home resonance upgraded with a carronade on front, flamer on right side, gatling on the left side, along with a flak piloted by Ultimates. Then you've got the supercharged Firefly, a Pyramidion piloted by Best One. It is a Metamidion, so gatling and mortar up front, along with 2 flamers on the side.
On blue team, we have ship number 3, quite possibly Beast piloted by Grub. It is a Crusader. It's in the mid Crusader with the front heavy carronade watch combo, mid-deck double light flags, and top deck double light Gatling guns. There's no heavy Gatling gun though. Ship number 4 is the Gobble Wonka multiplied. On an Iota, it is a blender fish with front carronade, a right side flamer, and left side flamer Banshee combination. I saw that ramp.
A really aggressive start here with the quite possible Beast and the supercharged Firefly clashing, both getting hull broken and getting some damage in.
But they rebuild quite.
However, the quite possibly Bees in a really bad situation here if they get rammed, and they
squish.
do, and down they go.
Squish. Oh, squish.
Oh, but the Pyramidion also going down.
I'm confused. First kill for red. Yeah, red team got the first kill. Now it's the Blender Wars episode 1.
Yeah, and we see both getting the pops,
Currently,
which are
the
so important. However, the
winning.
Gobblewonker, yeah, they've got the height advantage. They are bumping around a fair
They
bit.
have the high ground or the high air skies.
But now with the bumping, the home resonance actually taking the high ground.
They're still both popped though. Both allies have respawned, but the quite possibly bees closer to the battlefield. They died first. Gobble getting pushed into the edge of the map and the building, but no. Now they're getting.
Yeah, both allies are here now in the battle. The Gobblewonker getting shot by the Supershot Firefly. Likewise for the home resonance.
And goodbye.
Oh!
But the home resonance ain't doing good either. Broken flags completely missed though. Unless that was a watcher, in which case that also missed.
Well, this is looking like a 3-1 for the red team so far, with the quite possibly bees in a really exposed position.
They get eaten.
There we go.
Metamidion once again showing how it is done and just simply chewing them up. A destructive beginning, and it hasn't even been 3 minutes into the match. It's already 3-1. Lightning fast match. But, well, might just slow down, who knows, then again. And both these teams
yeah,
are not gonna slow down.
I think the red team has the people to have the knowledge about the spawns on this map, and I think they're going to be able to use that to their advantage. See the blue team spawning in the eastern side of the map.
Blue team has respawned. Yeah, spots go out. They're quite possibly bees. now approaching quickly as the Gobblewonker is a bit slow on the move. They're already proceeding to go around and accidentally meet the home resonance as well. So now it's two ships forming a square around the building currently visible. With Red Team already opting to double focus the quite possibly Bees, which is about to break in a moment. Supercharged Firefly,
Supercharged Firefly
can't go up
though.
Anymore. They have a bit of an issue.
Yeah, and they've got the fish right where they don't want it on the backside where the balloon is exposed. But the quite possibly Bees now maybe a bit isolated from the battle.
Punishment. It's a chain popping situation with quite possibly Bees coming out on top, although the Supercharged Firefly is no longer popped. Quite possibly Bees being not aggressive. Oh, that's actually the terrain impeding them at the moment. Supercharged Firefly getting cooked and hit by the terrain.
Yeah, they're not looking good now, and the quite possibly Bees is in position to support their ally.
Flags go out and they miss, but Supercharged Firefly is eating a bit more damage. Meanwhile, the couple one, I actually agree. It somewhat looks like slow mode. I can't do anything about this because you're in the middle of an engagement. End this quickly, the Gobblewonker goes to the good heavens. Yeah, once again, I can't do anything. You're in engagement.
Yeah, the sound's not really matching up with the flak there.
Yeah. Slow mode is real. I can understand the pain. Oh, it's back. Yep, no more slow mode. We're back on even footing. Granted, they'll quite possibly be still alone.
Yeah, they're alone. That Pyramidion
They are not gonna
experiencing
survive
somewhat
long.
of a miracle surviving that.
They evade the mortars, but for how long? They're not that fast. Mortars go out. Quite possibly Beast now ruined. And it's a 5-1 victory once again for the No Promises ship crew. They came back hard.
Yeah, they really made a comeback. Question is, was it too late?
It most likely was too late. They're definitely not going to win. The deciding match is the next one between Group 2 and EMP Storm.
What kind of score are we looking at to have the EMP Storm win?
Yes. No Promises ship crew have definitely earned themselves second place. But up next is the real battle for first place. The team that comes out on top will gain everything. The team that loses will receive a third place. Final map recommended to us by the RNG gods has been Thornholt.
Alright, so if my calculations are correct, we're looking at 9 points for the EMP Storm versus the Group 2's 13.
Last match is almost upon us. We are currently waiting for. Well, the captains are here, so we'll start preparing for the map votes.
Meaning that to win this, the blue team needs to score... Well, they need to have a victory and not let them have any more than 4 points on the enemy team, I believe.
Currently counting the points at the moment, EMP Storm has 9 points.
And 13 on the other side, so... they don't have a lot in the if you count the leeway here, they don't have a lot of leeway with the scores.
They have a leeway of they can... Well, it's gonna be extremely rough for them.
Yeah, I think if the red team scores
will only
2...
lose. Red team will only lose if they lose at 5-4. Actually, I'm not gonna calculate anything. My brain is already turned off so much that I don't want to complicate the procedure anymore. In fact, we are going to start the map votes before my brain turns off completely.
Yeah, so we've got the 1 minute map vote timer.
The map vote timer has started. Beyond that, no need to discuss about the future, if we're just going to see the future unfold before our very eyes in but a few moments. But again, it's always interesting to discuss about it.
I mean, speculation is kind of half of what we do.
Basically, yeah. A reminder to Red Team once... Alright, they got the memo. I needn't say any more.
Alright, looks like we have a coin flip.
Fernfeld! Fernfeld, alright,
An all caps vote for the Fernfeld.
Be glassed by the spam, but I'm not gonna judge. Oh god, that's the timer. Stop it! I've got my ears blasted out already.
Also, while we're in intermission, Rugbird, thank you for the 2 months. I really appreciate it.
Alright, time for the coin gods to speak their thoughts. The coin gods have spoken.
Right, so Thornholds it is, as we stay here. Makes it easier.
Yeah, no changing of maps or previews.
So now, this is a very high stakes match.
Yes, indeed. This match will decide which team comes out on top, with the red team currently having a good head start.
Yeah. So if the blue team wins, they're gonna get 6 points. That puts them at 15. Red team already has 13, meaning that if they allow the red team more than 2 points, we're looking at a tie.
So yes, they have to be pretty brutal and pretty efficient at their work if they wish to come out on top of today's event. And well, currently we have a matchup of, once again, Meta Crusader and an Artling, the first appearance of one for ages, a Metamidian, and a Shrike from Sunstrom.
That's interesting. So we're seeing our first ship swap from Empress Asuna this whole Crucible. Along with the Shrikter being brought out versus Pyramidian Crusader.
I'm certainly surprised by Sunstrom's choice of Shrike. Not honestly something that I would actually expect him to
It's
fly.
not something that we often see.
Well, hey, Crucible is the place to experiment, but then again, this is the high-stakes match right now. It's the one that decides everything. And I do know this, Artling's painful against Shrikes. And a good Watcher or two also is painful.
We also have some wishes in the chat here, Zennoch, for the sign up.
I do not have control of the in-game event tracker. I have zero control.
Seems like we're starting off halfway through the timer.
What the bloody universe?
Well, the teams are ready up, and here we go.
That's not illegal, but alright. And once again, I'm not in control of the event tracker. I actually don't even know what's going on there.
Right, it seems like something that needs to be looked into.
Is it's messed up a bit. I'd have to ask the developers to actually change that.
Right, but Thornold, we're going in almost half left on the lobby timer as we got ready to start.
Well, everyone's in a rush to get their victory, I suppose.
Yeah, we start off with the Quite Possibly Bees, piloted by Portable Grump. It's a ship we've seen throughout the Crucible. Left side, Hawatcha, Flak, and Gatling, along with the right side, Gatling, Flak, and Carronade. Then you've got the Strelitzia, piloted by 9 Iota. It is an Artling. So Gatling and Artemis up top, along with Flamer on 3 and Flak on 4.
The first appearance of an Artling in this Crucible. I'm surprised. Anyways, ship number 3 is the JDS Hyuga, powered by Empress Asuna. It is a medium front Gatling mortar. Side double Flak. It's a bit overkill. No? One mortar is sufficient. And ship number 4 is the Shriktor, powered by Sunstrom. Trike with double Hawatcha, double Gatling.
So the Hyuga really bringing enough kill power for 3 ships.
Yeah, but currently I'm looking at Ring Around the Rosie. Oh god.
That seems like this might be a while.
Yeah. Remember what I said everyone's in a rush to win? Apparently they didn't realize they were going in circles. No, they're literally now going in a big circle around the train station. Oh god. This is a worst case scenario. Does anyone have any Benny Hills music?
And it seems to almost be a perfect circle here as they round the edges.
Actually, it looks like red team is breaking off into blue spawn.
Yeah, they're headed north now. And
blue
let's
team
hope
is turning around. Or kinda, the Shrike is turning around at least.
So there might be a meetup in the blue team spawn then.
Maybe, but that meetup might only consist of the ships rushing ahead for both teams.
Yeah, we see the Shriktor heading in here. He probably will get a spot on the red teams as they round the corner.
Again. Yes, actually, it looks like both teams are almost upon each other, just a few more meters and they will see each other very soon.
Yeah, and the Hyuga following the Shriktor here. So we will have our first engagement here. There we go, spots are out.
And there we go. Spot. Oh, no,
no. Nasty Hawatcha on the Shriktor.
But nasty bump from the ally as well. They were certainly not expecting something like that. Now it's a
Strelitzia coming out with a ram on the Hyuga. They get hull broken, they get flamed.
Oh, never mind. They just stayed anonymous. No engines, no guns. A bit of balloon loss. That's not a ship. Oh no.
And the balloon goes as well, and down goes the ship. The Shriktor not giving up though. They move in on the Quite Possibly Bees.
Well, not much they can do really. A Gatling and the Hawatcha alone isn't going to break the ship that quickly. They have to set up the brakes for their ally, which has disappeared into the ether at the moment. And they're ramming now the Strelitzia. Break off the
losing hull.
And oh god, the Hawatcha flag barrage. Tears open
and the flame is just firmly locking them down and sealing their fate.
Oof. Painful demise. Red team claiming they already tied this off. So, it's a tie. At the minimum.
Yeah, it's only up from here for the red team.
Yeah, Group 2 may be our victors at this point, but...
But considering the structure, I mean, blue team still has every incentive to try and go for as many points as they possibly can squeeze out of this.
Yes, just await the result now. Both sides respawn. Yes, they're back.
And it seems like the red team has figured out the spawn of the blue team here. We see the spots going out.
Both sides see each other. The confrontation has been... I almost saw a repeat of last time. Shrike and Pyramidion on blue team having a lovely meet-up and screwing each other over again.
Nice watching to the Huga. Oh no!
Okay! Just both blue ships are just not having it today. They keep messing each other over. Just...
Yeah, their corporation could really use some work there. I mean, that was a bit awkward, a bit clumsy.
And not to mention, red team hopped up with an extremely fast double kill. Yeah, red team is the winners. Group 2 officially won.
Yeah, looking at the time here, I mean, if they wouldn't have gone for the long start with not finding each other, this has been an extremely quick match so far.
If we cut out the circle jerk, yes, that's a fast game.
Yeah, now we see the blue team spawning on the other side of this hill.
The circular arena.
And it seems like red team's heading back, so they're gonna meet up.
Now, for the love of God, I don't want to see a repeat of, once again, Shrike / Pyramidion having a love fest.
And Schrichter not
looks like
spotted.
Schrichter. Sneaky breaky. Randstauber, they're exposing the Huga for a double focus.
Yeah, the question is if the Schrichter saw the red team while they were passing down there.
Yeah, Huga not doing good. 3 guns down, 3 engines down, hull break, flags go out. The miss.
Flags go out? There we go.
Yeah, the double
so the
focus
red
is
team
real.
take
Shrike
that home.
engaged way too late. They didn't do anything.
A bit
Goodbye.
anticlimactic, but we've got our winners.
Yes.
And they're
Group
solidly
2
cemented while taking down another 5-0.
Group 2 claims another victory and have thus successfully won this event. Now to just finalize the scores, and there we go. The final results are in. Group 2, with a staggering 19-point victory, claims this Crucible undeniably. And number 2 is the No Promises ship crew, the Lumberfish team that somehow managed to get their act together, getting a 13 points this event, and EMP Storm at last and 3rd place, with valiant efforts and gaining 9 points for this event.
Yeah, so really bumpy ride, but I think we both agree when we say thank you to everyone coming out and playing the event.
Yes,
it's always really fun.
Surprisingly exciting. Quite shocking, really, to have so many turnarounds. You have Blitz Rays, the Lumberfish shenanigans. A bit crazy. Once again, a reminder to everyone, sign up for next week. Week 6 is going to be coming up, and well...
Yeah, and thank you to all the viewers who came up here and watched us.
Yes, indeed.
And then, thank you to Zennoch for organizing this whole thing.
I also have to say a big thank you to the substitutes who joined us at the last second. It was a bit hectic trying to find folks. And, well...
Yeah, it was a bit messy there, looking at 3 teams with 1 missing member.
Yes, and then we also had a couple people dropping out. A bit chaotic, but once again, thank you all for joining. And
yeah, so that had been us, and we're gonna see you next week, unless you had something else to add.
Take care, everyone. I have nothing else to say.
Yeah, see you around, people. Thank you for dropping in.